G'day guys, welcome to Thursday. It's Jimmy Trades here, back for your daily market analysis. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good week. Please remember to sub to the channel. The channel is growing, which is very exciting. We're up over 500 subs now. So the next target and logical target for me is 1,000. So I'm going to keep providing as much information and as much value as possible so we can reach that target. Maybe we'll reach that by Christmas. That would be amazing. Or sooner, even better. So please sub to the channel, share the channel with your friends, like, and turn on those notifications. Make sure you like the videos. And also, guys, please feel free to leave any comments below. I will happily respond to them. If it's about sort of content you want, you'd prefer, some more assets you want me to have a look at, or whatever it might be, just let me know so we can keep making the channel better all the time. If you're involved and you participate in the midweek market meetup, I'd love to get some input from you guys to how we can sort of keep that fresh every week, maybe do something a bit different every now and then. That would be amazing. So please throw your comments down below and I'll happily take the information on board and respond accordingly. So it's Thursday of NFP week. If you decide to trade NFP protocol, then that means you are not trading Wednesday through Friday. If you are trading, I hope your Wednesday was successful. I hope that you traded cautiously and only took A+ setups if they were present. This week I'm undertaking a fairly large project at my house, so I haven't been participating in New York Open, doing my pre-market stuff, but then after that I need to get off the charts and get some rest because trading New York Open is at 11:30 at night for me. So because of that reason and because of what's going on around home, I need to be getting some rest. But the project's coming along very well. It's nearly done, so I'll be back to trading as usual next week, and I'm looking forward to that. So let's start off where we always start off, and that is the calendar. Let's get that calendar set up. Okay, here we are on the calendar. Thursday, we have 8:30 news, unemployment claims, and then 10 a.m. news, ISM services, all before, obviously, non-farm payroll, which is going to be the big mover of the week. So if you're looking to trade today, look to trade after the 10 a.m. news. Okay, after you get your volatility injection, then we can look for a position. Let's move on over to the charts. Okay. Having a look at NQ. What do we see? Let's have a look here. So we did have price respect this swing low here. And we did get a bullish close yesterday. No displacement. It wasn't a huge move higher, but we did get a close higher than open. Looking at the range of the previous day, price reached up into 50% of the candle body yesterday, and we see that we're getting a rejection there today. So we could potentially be looking for lower prices here. We're still inside yesterday's candle, so we haven't taken the high or the low of yesterday's candle. So let's have a look. Let's bring up ES as well. Just wanted to have a look if there's any SMT. And it looks like there is no SMT here. Today's candle is still inside yesterday's candle for ES as well. We did see, if we have a look at the lows, we do have a bullish SMT at the lows here. We see that there. So we do have a bullish SMT. And you can see obviously quite a wick here on ES as well, and NQ. So there was some buyers in the market after price decided to sell off somewhat. Okay, let's move back to NQ. So we have a bullish SMT. We currently have NQ respecting the 50% level of previous day's downside wick. We only have this as our most recent information. So this being the swing low as our most recent information. So if we're working from the most recent information, then this low was swept. We have an SMT, a bullish SMT here. Therefore, I would be looking for price to move higher. So it is the day before NFP. Obviously, we may see some consolidation today, but I am going to look for a bullish bias just using the most recent information that we have. Let's drop down to the hourly and see what the market structure tells us. It's pretty yuck, really. Just in this range. So again, price came up into this bearish FEG, respected it here, and it's respected it again here and moved lower. I'm not surprised that we're in this range with non-farm payroll. Tomorrow we're building liquidity on either side of the range. And we may continue to stay in this range for today as well. And then NFP will come and clean out both sides or do whatever it wants to do. So I'm going to have a neutral bias on my structure. Using the most recent information, I'll stay with a bullish bias on the daily. Let's have a look at ES. So we had ES moving from all-time highs. We cleaned out all this low resistance liquidity through here. and we've created a bullish SMT at the lows. We're not at a point of interest here. Therefore, neutral bias for me on ES. Okay, let's have a look at the market structure. And much like NQ, we are in a range. Interestingly enough, if we bring up NQ, here on the hourly structure we have an SMT here. So NQ made a higher high, while ES made a lower high. And then again, with this candle here and this one here, ES made a higher high, while NQ made the lower high. So we have an SMT and another SMT, both bearish. Also, something that I pointed out, I think it was yesterday, is we can see that every time prices come lower, price has been unable to close below these wicks. And again, even this wick here, price was unable to close below it. And it looks like it might have even respected the 50% level. And it has done that. So there is definitely some buying pressure there. It unable to push below these wicks. Let's push back out to a single chart. Again, we are in this range. So until tomorrow with non-farm payroll, we're probably going to stick in this range. We can use the range to our advantage, as I pointed out in the midweek market meetup yesterday, because what we can do is we can look for opportunities from the extreme of the range to equilibrium. So if we draw the range out again here, and let's throw the 50% level in, here's our equilibrium. We can see price comes up, the midpoint is like a magnet. We muck around here, we go down, back up, magnet, you know, we just play around on this midpoint of the range. So what we could do is we can look for an opportunity. If you have a bullish bias today, we could look for something. And again, this would be on the lower time frame, but what you want to look for is our entry function, the unicorn. So let's say price gives us a sweep of this low and you're bullish. Then you can drop down to your entry function, which is the 5 minute for myself, and you could look for this setup. Then you would just trade it back up into the midpoint of the range. Again, with the bearish bias, you can look for a sweep of these highs and then look to trade it back to the midpoint of the range. We don't want to be greedy. We can just take some profit off here and be happy with a day's work done. So neutral across the board for ES. Moving on to oil. Oil has reached up into this bearish FEG, rejected into this bullish FEG, and has pushed up back into this level. We have then had a sweep of this swing point here, therefore giving us a bearish bias. We then have a bullish FEG here for our draw on liquidity, so external to internal. And with everything that's happening overseas in the Middle East, Israel and whatnot, I think that, you know, oil can be likely fairly volatile over the coming days or weeks. So our bias may not even play out, but we will see. We can only use the information that's given to us on the chart at the time that we're looking at the chart. So using that information, I will have a bearish bias. Let's move down to the hourly for our structure and where we can frame our narrative and logic. So we do have a change in the state of delivery right here. Now this is going to be the level that price is going to want to respect in order for the bearish bias to be relevant. We are currently inside this bearish FEG on the hourly. Price is respecting it at the moment. This is a point that reached into or took out an important level. And then we have, this is the first moment in time where we get a change in trend, which is why I've chosen that level for the change in the state of delivery. We can run our standard deviations from the high to the low. And we have this low resistance liquidity on the other side of price, which is aligned with what would be our target region, the -2 to -2.5. We have high resistance liquidity on our side of price. So we're going to want to see the negative change in the state of delivery respected here to see prices moving lower. And let's go and have a look at gasoline and see if we have any SMT. Let me just bring up the two charts. I'll put oil on the left and we'll have gasoline on the right. Okay, we do have an SMT, so we have a bearish SMT. Gasoline with the higher high, oil with the lower high. So we do classify this as a bearish SMT. So that can also give us some confluence to our idea here that price might move lower. So bearish overall on oil. Thanks gasoline for your help there. Let's have a look at Euro futures. Okay, so we've seen now that this bullish FEG has been disrespected and closed through. So I think if I look back to yesterday, we had a bullish bias at the time, if I'm correct, because this FEG hadn't been closed through at that point. So we now have this bullish FEG being disrespected or invalidated, as we now have a close through that level. So we're looking for this area to be targeted. Once we get a sweep here, then we might look for price to move back internal. So something like this. And when price is near your point of interest here, at least this is how I approach it. If I've got a bearish bias going into New York Open and this bias is completed at or by the time New York Open comes around, then I need to reassess my position. I need to reassess what the chart is telling me, because that is bias complete. And you might be that sort of trader who needs to see a change in the state of delivery, for example, to have a change in bias. Or you just look for the unicorn, which is our reversal signal also. So bearish bias for today on futures, Euro futures that is. Let's have a look at the hourly structure. Clearly, we're just trending down at the moment. We have been getting some chop, then a move. So we might get another leg down. That will give us our bias complete, which is this level here. So buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve. That's what I'm looking at here. We have this reversal pattern here, which stands out quite well. And we actually can see that the standard deviation has been completed as well. We've got the -4 price has reached to. If we look at current price, price is respecting bearish PDRA at the moment. We don't have a reversal just yet. We don't have a change in the state of delivery just yet. We do have this low resistance liquidity, which is our draw from the daily, as our potential target. So we might see the furthest extension beyond the -4 reached. So remaining bearish overall for Euro futures. Taking a look at gold now. Let's undo that. So out on the daily, for gold, we see price disrespected and then immediately respected this FEG again. So the FEG was able to support price, and again yesterday supported price. So right now for me, Gold is not at a point of interest for me. Therefore, I'll be having a neutral bias on gold. Moving to the hourly. We do have a change in the state of delivery here. Price displaced through here and here. We had displacement. And we can see that price has respected this change in the state of delivery also on a number of occasions. So it came up, respected it here, came back up and respected it 4 more times. Haven't been able to close beyond this low yet. So we'll see if price can respect this bearish PD array here. And look to see if price does have a willingness to move lower. Price hasn't even closed below this wick. Might have just closed below that one, but only by a fraction. So we are getting supported in this region. As price moves down, we are getting supported here. Price is getting pushed back up. So let's see if this bearish PD array here, this bearish FEG, can push prices lower as we continue to respect this change in the state of delivery also. But on the daily, I've got a neutral bias. Hourly, we are looking more bearish with the respect here. So with a neutral bias on the daily, if a position does form, then you could look to take that on a bearish bias from the hourly structure, that is. Moving over to Dixie now. So we have Dixie located inside a bearish FEG. We've also swept swing high here. We do have liquidity resting below price. Using the information on the chart, we are located in a bearish point of interest, therefore bearish bias. If we have a look at the range here, price might creep a bit higher and reach into a premium level of this dealing range. Okay, hopping over to GBP. Well, there's been somewhat of a sell-off today, hasn't there? So price is located at a swing low at external range liquidity. We have internal liquidity. Now this is quite an aggressive move here. I wouldn't be expecting to see this candle close bullish today, that's for sure. We've also reached into this very small daily bullish FVG here. So a bullish bias using our points of interest. And as I've mentioned before, we're looking for a bias to frame an idea. We don't need to see today's candle close bullish to reinforce the fact that we had a bullish bias. No. All we want to look for is an opportunity to enter the market. So if we have a bullish bias, we have our narrative and logic aligned with our bias. So the hourly structure is aligned with the daily. Then we can look for an opportunity on our entry time frame. That's all we're looking for. We want to frame an idea to get into the market. That also could be 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 minute, whatever time frame alignment best suits you as an individual. For me, I like the calmness of entering on the 5-minute time frame. Therefore, I use a daily, hourly, 5-minute. So using the information we have currently on the chart, then I'm looking for a bullish bias. Hopping over to Euro. And very similar here to Euro futures. Looking for this low here to be our draw on liquidity. So bearish for EU. So guys, we'll start wrapping up there. Just wanted to also mention with NFP, Apex have extended their sale till the 9th of October. I will be purchasing a few more Apex accounts. I'm actually going to move up to the 250 accounts and look to expedite them for NFP tomorrow, or at least 1 or 2. I'll see how I feel. So remember, you can get the 85% off, $35 resets, 1 day to pass, using, of course, code Jimmy to get the best possible deal. And the lifetime PA fees on all accounts are only $85. So if you're not sure what that means, when you pass the evaluation, you then have a fee to pay to move to funded. Currently, that fee is only $85. For example, or comparison, when the sale is not on, that fee for a 50K eval is 160 US. So huge discount there. Massive opportunity to get into some funded accounts ASAP. So use code Jimmy. Remember also, if you really like my funded futures, they've got some great evals at the moment. They've got the new Starter Plus as well. Let's see if we can find an image for that. Let's have a look. Okay, here we go. So they have the new Starter Plus as well. So you can get 20% off Starter Eval, Starter Plus Eval and resets using code Jimmy. Available from October 1st to 7. So Starter Plus is a great new eval that my funded futures have just launched. Give it a go, try it out, see what you like about it. If you do like it, let me know in the comments, or you can just use code Jimmy and get the best possible discount there is available on any eval right now for my funded futures. So jump out there, guys, grab some evals. Let's get you guys funded. All right, let's wrap it up there. Again, thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. Please sub to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and turn those notifications on. And until tomorrow, safe trading. Bye for now.